We're so back! Lumiterra is so back! I was so excited to hop back into this game. I think that everybody who wants to play this game at this point has access to it because it's still the closed beta test. For those of you who don't still have access, you should join the Mindblow Lounge, the Telegram group, and I will give away some codes, some whitelist spots. Now, what are the main strategies for earning? We're gonna explore this. How does the drop rate work? What are the main things you should focus on in closed beta test 2? Lumiterra is too confusing for a lot of people, and being an MMORPG, it can get quite overwhelming. Apart from this, we're gonna go over here on the Mavis Marketplace, and I have some items here from CBT1 that I want to sell, and I want to show you how the marketplace works, how you can sell, and how you can utilize this to the best of your ability. But of course, Lumiterra being powered by the Ronin network. A lot of people look at this chart of Ronin, and they say it's done, it's dead, it doesn't look good, it doesn't look bullish. It went up all the way to almost $4.5, now we're at 1.4. We can zoom out a little bit, and I'll explain in a second why I'm talking about the charts. First of all, the bears, the sellers, they're losing their momentum. So the selling is stopping. This can only mean one thing, that now we're gonna just go right back up, and we have the fundamentals to back this up because Ronin has just announced that it's going permissionless in Q1 2025, somewhere between Heidi's and Hantao's birthday, whatever that is, but it's Q1, most likely in January. This is huge, everybody. I don't know if you realize how big this is, but this will mean that Ronin will now become exactly the same as Solana, as Cardano, as all the other layer 1s, where anyone can build anything. They're going permissionless. You can just use Ronin and build on Ronin. For now, it was a closed network, and now it's not going to be closed anymore. Huge news. We're going to go back here to the marketplace. We're going to see the items we have here. So I have some gloves, some shoes, and headgear. So we're going to go with the gloves first and see how much they're selling for. So my gloves have specific stats right here. And then the cheapest gloves on the market being 3.56 run or $5. Just compare the stats a little bit here. So you get a little bit more HP with the ones I have. One would argue that they're a little bit more valuable. So I will list them for sale at a price a little bit bigger than what this person is listing it for. So if he goes for 362, I'm gonna go for 3.7, let's say. So we're gonna do the same with the headgear and the leggings. Now, simple as that, we put it onto the marketplace and we're gonna see what's gonna happen with that. Meanwhile, in order to craft this, you would go to this guy right there called Nash. Let's go and see what Nash has to say. So we're gonna go to combat crafting. Now, in order to craft one of these headgears, we need purple and green essence. So we can either craft this or buy it off the marketplace. So let's see, level 1 green essence. If we do a little bit of math with the inspector here, it's pretty cheap at 1.69 Ronin. Plus we need the level 1 purple essence, which is 1.96. In total, 3.65 essence. So it'll be a little bit of a loss if I was to just buy these two essences and then craft it and try to sell it as far as headgear is concerned. Now, if I get lucky and I build headgear that's a little bit better, has a little bit more HP, so I have the 60 HP legs, I believe if I got, let's say, the 110 legs maximum, I'll be able to sell it for a little bit more. Now, we also have the level 2 gear, which we need level 2 essence, but that's besides the point. My point of this is that if you want to buy essence, craft these items, and then sell them, most of the time, if it's worth it, it's going to be a very small margin, so I would recommend trying to craft all of this yourself. So we go to this guy called Terrence, who is the farmer, and on farmer crafting, you have the green and purple essences, which you can craft yourself. So as far as the green essence, you craft it with bamboo, with trifolium, and with a carrot. All of these can be obtained through planting. As far as the purple essence is concerned, it's obtained a little bit different. So in order to obtain this one, you need to breed the monster. So everything in this game is overall interconnected. So now we know that in order to craft combat gear, we need the planting essence, which is the green essence, so that we get all of this from plant. But then also we need the purple essence, which we established is from breeding. Actually, it's not really as simple as just feeding your little creature, because you first need to brush the creature, it needs to be clean, then you give it the food, and then you use the scissors to actually harvest the item. So the screw if you have a metal mutt. Now, in order to get this, we're going to go over to our skills section. And if you don't know from CBT1, you don't want to go to higher skill levels unless you have all of armor of the lower skill levels. So otherwise, the monsters will be just too much for you. And I'll talk more about this in a second. But what we want to do here is go to the farming mastery skill. And all the way to the right, we have the capture skill. So this is what you use to capture the monsters. Once you unlock this, you click on the little flash sign and you would put this, let's say we can put it on R. All right, so on R, I have my capture. So now what we need to do is find a mob. Okay, there's a boss. I don't think we can capture a boss. The next thing you need before you can actually capture someone is items to burn. So that's probably one of the more important things. Items to burn in order to capture a monster. So when I press R, it leads me to this where I can choose an item I can burn in order to capture the monster. So now the higher level the monster is, the more items I will need to burn. So a good thing to do would be to go back into the tutorial area, which is just up here, the tutorial area, and we can farm those little pumpkins. They give drops pretty easily, and then use that in order to capture the monsters. So just for argument's sake, I will go with the pumpkin vines, although I should not. Oh, this guy is about to capture it. All right, let's see. This is what it looks like. You put this down, and he's being captured right now. Now this guy's throwing items at him, and he captured him. Good for you. Did you capture him? I think you did. Oh, yeah, he's throwing items now. Come on, capture the little metal mutt. Once he captures him, he goes all the way here to the farm. And let me go back to my combat skills real quick. Just want to put this skill back so I don't start wasting these vines. We'll come to this section here, and this is where your pets would appear. All you need to do is to feed them. Oh, here's a metal mutt. This is my metal mutt. Oh, this is my metal mutt. I didn't even know I had one. Although that's cool. So I would basically just need to feed them, take some pet feed, which you don't have at the moment, and place it inside of this. And then once I feed them, they will drop the items I need in order to craft purple essence. So in theory, that's it. Pretty simple in theory, actually, but not that easy to pull off. So now everything you try to gather, every monster you try to eliminate to get their drops, you have an 18.5% chance of doing it. So we're gonna try and destroy one of these metal mutts, and he didn't drop anything, which was expected because the drop rate is 18.5%. So on average, defeating 6 enemies would yield 1 item. We can pick this egg up. This is pretty good for capturing the monsters. So in theory, you would need 6, but in reality, this is just probability based. So you could potentially get a drop after 3 eliminations. You could get a drop after 8 eliminations. It really depends. And not all these metal mutts are the same level anymore, but I'm much higher level than them at this point, so pretty easy to just destroy them right here. Now, each enemy defeated and each resource gathered, like for example, this is a farming resource. You're trying to gather this plant fiber right here. All of these actions consume energy. So you can see my energy in the upper left corner below my name, and each action consumes 0.185 energy. So aligning this with a drop rate, when you defeat approximately 6 enemies, you use around 1 energy point. So on average, in order to get a drop, you spend 1 energy point. So looking at this, you could calculate based on how much energy you have, how much you need to grind for any specific item, like for example, the essence, because the essence, you need 5 of each of those monster feeds. You can calculate how much energy you would need to spend in order to get 1 or more of these essences, let's say in 1 day of playing. Now, dungeons are different. We can go back to the town, and we can find a little husky, and he's going to give us the dungeon. So the dungeon is going to be something you definitely want to do. The dungeon has a 100% drop rate, so we're going to go to the dungeon and do that. And in there, we can also obtain, well, not in the same dungeon, but we can also obtain token tasks. This is kind of the main point of everything. I'm level 3 right now, so I still have the low token tasks. Once we get to level 7 and 8, we're going to get the much bigger token tasks where we can get 8 to 12 Lua. Absolutely crazy. So Lumi Finance or Lua, $4.42, currently trading at $4.42. Started trading 4th, 2024, or at least that's when it was listed here on CoinMarketCap. So if maximum we can get 12 times 4.4, that's $52 for just 1 quest. Absolutely crazy. So we needed these token tasks. Now there is some alpha here to be shared. If you're still watching at this part of the video, here's some alpha. We can type in token task. The Mavis Marketplace didn't crash on me. Not a bot, I swear. So let's do one of these combat tasks. All right, so it's called Combat 03. Here's one Combat 03. What you want to look out for when you're buying this is the date. You don't want it to be expired. Lots of people are selling expired tickets. So 2024, 0820. I would say that's expired. It sounds very expired. Here's one that's good. Here's a task that's good for today. So 2024, 11th, 22nd. So 22nd of November. We're going to buy this right now, actually. And he's selling 5 of these items. Why would anyone sell this when they can just play it and make money themselves? Well, because once you're on the leaderboards, you get these token task tickets more than you have time to play all of them, if that makes sense. So it makes sense to sell them of a little bit less of a value in order for other people to join in and play the token tasks, and you still make some profits on the other token tasks that did not use. So we saw here that for some of these token tasks, let's say this one, we get from 0.32 to 0.47 Lua. So let's do worst case scenario, 0.32. That's $1.4. Now I have spent 1.12 on this. So let's see if I'm gonna get the lowest one, if I'm gonna get the better one. Let's just see what's gonna happen, because this used to be alpha back in CBT1. We're just gonna check if it's still alpha. All right, so the purchase went through. I should have it on chain. Here it is. And now I just put it off chain. Here we go. We just convert it. Oh, I have another one. But this one is from way back when. I don't think I'll be able to use this one. Yeah, somebody scammed me on this one. So going in game, we have the token ticket now. Let me open my token tasks. Oh, where the hell is? Oops, this one expired. Yeah, so I just wasted some money there for no reason whatsoever. So anyway, also in order to sell these items, you do need to put them on chain. In order to put them on chain, you need also these packaging boxes. So there's another whole layer of this as well. But let's see if my new token task, it should work. Come on. Thank you. Oh, Lord, thank you. Let's see what we got. We're gonna earn 15 Luag futures. This is not what I wanted. So sometimes you can get this instead of the Lua. Unusable and untransferable in closed beta. Remember to come back in TGE. So this is another token that's about to launch, that will launch at some point in the future. Anyway, probably also gonna be worth. But in order to get this now, we gotta kill a Chaos Wraith, a Crimson Gnasher, and Frosty Paw, 3 of each. We don't need to get their drops, so we're gonna consume less energy doing all of this. We need 3 each, so for just eliminating 2 of them, 2 full ones, so 3 Crimson Gnashers, 3 of whatever the other ones are called, we're gonna spend 1 energy, and then we have 3 more to eliminate, so this is not gonna cost a lot of energy. So these kill quests, they're actually very, very good to do, whereas the quests where you need to actually deliver some loot, they make a little bit less sense to do, just because they're so energy consuming. There's the word. We got 2 of them here. We got a Crimson Gnasher and we got Chaos Wraith, I believe. All right, let's see how powerful we are. I don't remember if I'm powerful enough for these guys or if they're like a level above me. I do want to test how much damage they do. All right, that's not too bad. I'm destroying them. I prefer playing with a bow also. A lot of people ask, what do you prefer to play with? So a bow for me is actually much better. I'm gonna do this real quick. A little bit of that, a little bit of this. Range damage on the bow. 2 of them are gone. I only needed to eliminate 1 of them. They do quite a bit of damage, I'm not gonna lie. So 2 more Crimson Wraths and then 1 Frosty Paw. Frosty Paw is on the other side of the map, so in the PvP zone, somewhere around here. And then once we do that, we're gonna be eligible for this reward. Unfortunately, it's much better getting the Lua token task, but it is a sort of random based. And then also, you do want to play the random tasks because they will get your luck up. So you see I have a lucky points right here. I want them to be as high as possible because that way, you also have a chance of getting a token task in the random tasks right here. Now, as far as the other tasks are concerned, anything that's turned this item in is not worth doing unless you absolutely have to. You want to look for quests like this, which is killed. Much easier to do because you're not relying on getting any particular drop. So not the easiest game to play, but it makes sense to farm some of these items, especially higher level items. Everything you can sell. So let's say the Grass Demon Crown, which is a drop from the Crimson Gnasher, I believe, or well, it could be actually from the Grass Demon, most likely is what it's from. But it is also a higher level mob, and it's sellable right here for 0.26 Ronin, and it's just a drop from a mob. Like, you didn't even use it yet for crafting, so you can use it for crafting, combine it with other items in order to get more powerful items that cost more on the marketplace. And the marketplace is so active. Like you saw, I am using it on the daily, so it makes sense. Now, if you're in the lower level areas and you want to farm these pumpkin guys, look at where I am on the map, from here to here, this is going to be the best place for farming some of these things. Usually, there's not many people here as well, and you can just so easily farm the pumpkin guys, and I'm not sure if the metal mutts spawn here. The metal mutts are better on the beach here, and kind of from this boss to the beach area. The map, absolutely humongous. You want to stay out of the PvP zones because there's a lot of people who just pay to win, and they get higher level items, and PvP, they can still attack you, you can still attack them, and they will destroy you. Trust me. I tried. Not worth it. So completing some of these side quests is actually pretty wise, a pretty good thing to do. You do want to get that XP up as well. Energy slimes are super important because you can create more energy with them. So we got level 2 energy slimes that I need to give here for a task. I'm not going to do it. I would rather use this to create energy and then either use it myself or just sell energy potions on the marketplace, or just straight up sell the energy slime because look, 1 is worth 1 Ronin. So that it makes sense. And then we got energy restoration regeneration potions, which are worth quite a bit. 11 Ronin right here for the big one, and the small one 0.93 Ronin. So definitely worth making those instead of turning in the energy slime quests. So hold off on leveling up too fast. I can't stress this enough. And you need to craft equipment and upgrade your gear. So gathering and crafting regularly gathering resources out in the world to stockpile materials for crafting. This is very important. So if you have more time to play today, you want to just gather as much as you can. You want to chop down trees. You want to eliminate mobs. Just spend that energy in the day and get as many items as you possibly can. And you want to craft high value items for sale. So this is something I have already mentioned. So those high level potions can easily provide a steady income if you want to grind in Lumi. That's all I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, make sure to smack the like button in the face, and I'll see y'all next time. I'm leaving.